Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, being joined with my man, Sugar Shane Mosley. A lot of things to talk to you about, Shane, that's happening in boxing. But I want to touch on first, your son is fighting this weekend. He's had a lot of great wins over the past year, man. He has a lot of momentum. How happy are you with he's able to get this sort of momentum going on now in his career at this point?
I'm very happy with him, man. He's doing an excellent job. He's keeping in the gym, training hard, and he's doing the things that he wants to do in life. And he wants to be world champion, wants to be undisputed. He wants to do all these different things. I said, whatever you tell yourself, whatever you want to do in life, you can do it. But you have to really believe it. You have to go for it, work hard for it. And he's doing it. And I believe that he's going to succeed in his fight coming up with Danny Jacobs because he's trained so hard and mentally he's went over it over and over and over again. He wants to be world champion, wants to be one of the greats. So I'm happy for him. Yes.
I like this fight. It's a good fight. On paper, Daniel has the experience over him. Former world champion, was one of the elites at middleweight back in his day. What have you told him about this fight coming up against Daniel?
Well, I mean, Daniel seems to be he seems older. Like his body seems older. Maybe because of the cancer or something like that, like his body's not the same. So, he's only 37, but he looks like he's 47. He walks around and talks like he's older. So, jump on him like he's an older fighter. Make him have to work. I know when I spar with Shane, even now, I'm 52, but I'm still pretty good.
Wait, you're still sparring now with him?
Yeah. He beats up Dad every now and then. He tries to put me in a place, and we were going back and forth, but it's all good. But anyway, sparring with him, I know I get tired in 2 or 3 rounds with him, but I can go spar 8 rounds with anybody else. So it's like harder to spar with my son than to spar with other people that I can mess around with. So that lets me know he's a prime fighter right now. And I know that Dan Jacob think he can maybe maneuver himself away around for a couple of rounds, but it's not going to happen. I've tried to do a little bit of that, and Shane's like right on me. So, yeah, Dan Jacobs in trouble. This is a real fight, and I think that he's thinking it's like a tune-up, but this is not. This is like a real fight.
So then, given that, what do you expect from Junior in this fight, and the manner that he's going to fight the fight, and the outcome?
It can be a very one-sided fight, kind of like it was with Gabe Rosado. But, I mean, he can Dan Jacobs says it look like he looks more older. It could be a stoppage. My son can actually stop him with the power and speed and everything he has. So I'm looking to see if he's going to turn on the fight the way he does in the ring when we're sparring. So if he does that, like when we spar, I mean, I can see Danny going to sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how hands-on are you now with Junior in terms of the training, the sparring, and his career?
Well, I'm really hands-on with him and the coach and everything, but I'll tell him a few things here and there. But I stay out. Let them do their thing, because when they get ready to fight and they get in the ring and certain things happen in the fight, the coach has to be able to tell them how to get out of it, and that's why when I get in there and spar with them, I use different old school tactics and stuff like that, so the coach will be able to say, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's basically training both of them, to be better, and I don't say too much. I just let them handle it, let them figure it out.
I would imagine it's super stressful too, right, when you work in the corner?
Well, not me working the corner, but it's the coach working the corner. But yeah,
but for you being, it's your boy in there, like, fighting.
Oh yeah. It is stressful, but when he is doing everything that he's doing the right way and he's really working hard, I have a lot of confidence that he's going to prevail. I have a lot of confidence that he's going to be all right because of how he approached the fight, how he came to it. And I know that he's in tip-top shape. I know that he's mentally ready. I know that he has speed and power. I felt it myself, So I know that he's hard as hell. I know he's fast. I know there's like all these different things that he's supposed to be that is going to give Danny Jacobs a lot of problems. So I'm looking, like I said, for me, I'm looking for knockouts. I'm always going for knockouts. I think that he can get knockouts, but maybe he just, I know that he's going to beat Danny. I can feel it.
turning the page now. Let's put your pundit hat on and your trainer cap on. A lot of talk about Vasily Lomachenko fighting Gervonta Davis. A lot of people I've spoken to say, hey, even though Lomachenko is a little bit older, he's still a big dog in that fight. How do you see that fight, and how does it play out now at this point?
I mean, it's a big fight, but I can see that Lomachenko is going to land a lot of shots on him, but I can also see Davison catch him with the counter left or catch him with some power shots because maybe Lomachenko will leave himself open for or could leave himself open for some of his fights because, landing a lot of shots could give him a lot of confidence, and this is how Tank always knocks guys out the left or whatever it is he's going to knock him out with when they come to him. So it's going to be a great fight. I would love to see how Tank will handle this, but it's going to be a difficult fight for Tank, and it could be a surprising fight for Lomachenko because he's a little older. Maybe his time is not the same, and Davis has the opportunity to catch you with that, the ooey shots. Yeah.
How did you see that win that he had against Frank Martin? Or what did you think of how he fought that fight and how he looked?
He had to take some time to not figure him out, but to trick him into getting the right shot at him because Frank was kind of nervous and knew all the stuff that Tank does, so he kind of like was waiting for it. And then I think that he did a couple of overs, and then he snuck him with the uppercut, and then he got with the over. So yeah, I think Tank did a good job of how can you say, cornering the mouse, like kind of making
Cutting off the ring.
Cutting off the ring, you know what I'm saying, like, and get the right shot in. They need it, yeah.
When you stack him up at the guys at 135, how does he do against all the champions in that division? Do you feel that he beats them all, he knocks them out all, or do you see like there's people there that can give him a run for his money? A lot of fans say Shakur's the guy.
Shakur probably is one of the guys because he's a boxer, more of a boxer than a guy that's going to press you. Like a lot of times when people go after Tank and try to get the knockout when they start getting him, then that's what catches him with the counter. It's kind of hard to get the counter. Probably it was like harder for him to go with Frank at the beginning because Frank knew not to really press him too much. But still, he managed to get the uppercut in the left hand or whatever to knock him out. So I think that with all the lightweights, Shakur is probably one of the top ones because he's a boxer. And you have even Devin Haney would be a hard fight for him because he's going to be moving. He should be moving around. If he fights him like he fought Ryan, then he probably get caught too. But if he fights him like he fought Progress, then it can be a different fight for, it can be a harder fight for Tank at 135, whatever. And then who else is at 135?
That's a good question. Shakur, Loma.
Teofimo?
No, Teofimo's at 40 now. Devin might be 47, but at 40. The other 35 champion is kind of similar. I think Barancek is at 35 as well.
So pretty much everybody moved up to 140, so probably Tank will reign with mostly knockouts, but the best fight at 135, I guess right now is Shakur Stevenson. So, yeah, I think outside of him, I think he knocks out all the 35 pounds. Everybody's at 140 now, or 47.